welcome you back to Black Site Sports, and we're going to talk about UFC's Jorge Masvidal calling Colin Kaepernick a coward for wearing Fidel Castro's shirt. Jorge Masvidal is a tremendous UFC fighter, but one thing I respect about him, when it comes to Cuba, he stands up to that dictatorial regime, that repressive regime over in Cuba, that the people over there are right now fighting for their freedom in the streets of Havana. This regime has ruled this country for over 60 or 70 years, and the people are itching to have freedom. But we got clowns over here like the Squad, Colin Kaepernick, and so many others who love this revolution, who believe that this revolution should come to America. We have people like Bernie Sanders still talking about how great the healthcare system is in Cuba when they don't even have the supplies to help the average person. And all these clowns could say is lift the embargo so this regime can stay in power for the next 100 years so they can be proven right. But Masvidal calls out Kaepernick because when he went to Miami when he was still playing, he had on a Fidel Castro t-shirt. And one thing Jorge said is, why don't you move to Cuba? But that will never happen because they love the freedoms of the United States. So I'm going to read this article real quick from Outkick, Megan Turner. Cuban-American UFC star Jorge Masvidal spoke out on the SOS Cuba protests taking place on the island against the government and had some issues with former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick. My father escaped Cuba when he was 14 years old, Masvidal said in a video posted on his social media. I have heard the horror stories since I could process thoughts of how shitty this communist regime killing machine is, so I just want to shed some light on Cuba. Big SOS signal for them. English. The oppression has been going on for 61 years. This is not just because of the pandemic. It's just because they ran out of medicine. They have been out of medicine. They've been out of resources, food, because of the corrupt government and the extreme corruption over there, where only a few at the top eat and everyone else has to suffer, he said. Those days have to end. Masvidal went on to share an Instagram post of his story of Colin Kaepernick wearing a Fidel Castro shirt from 2016 and said that coward like is a fool who should be sent live in Cuba and see how he likes it under that oppression.
Hello everybody and anybody listening. My name is Jorge Masvidal and I'm just trying to keep up my fans.
We got buffering. Oh God.
Anybody who would know me, use my platforms to do what I feel is correct, and what I feel everybody should be doing is fighting against oppression, dictatorships, communism, and anything of that nature. My father escaped Cuba when he was 14 years old, and I've only heard the horror stories since I could process thoughts of how shitty this communist regime killing machine is. So I just want to shed some light on Cuba. Big SOS signal for them. This oppression has been going on for 61 years. This is not just because of the pandemic, or it's not just because they just ran out of medicine, because they've been out of medicine, they've been out of resources and food, because of the corrupt government, the extreme corruption over there, where only a few at the top eat and everybody else just has to suffer. Those days have to come to an end. So I think it's time for the whole world to rally behind Cuba. Let's go. Spread the messages online. We got to protest, we got to get together, we got to get attention. Maybe the media channels, the local media channels in America won't cover this, or in other parts of the world. But I think it's up to us to put the word out there. It's the people against these corrupt governments. Let's defeat these fucking evil communist motherfuckers, man. God bless everybody watching, and thank you.
He's right. We need to send AOC and her crew over there. Let them live there for a couple of years. They'll be begging to get back to America. See, it's easy to talk about something when you haven't lived there. You can talk about how great it is for the people, but they don't have the resources that you have in America. So take your ass over there and leave us the hell alone and give freedom to the people who really beg for freedom. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site Sports. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.